Wetlands are the land areas that are saturated with water, either permanently or seasonally. They are the distinct ecosystems characterized by frequent flooding, dynamic water spread, presence of distinct soils called hydric soils, and presence of hydrophytic vegetation, at least during a part of any 1 year. They are one of the most productive and fertile ecosystems in the world and have been recognized as kidneys of Earth that filter the pollutants, sponges of nature that absorb floods, groundwater recharges, waterfall heavens, and life support system for grassroots people. Ramsar Convention, 1971, has defined wetlands as areas of marsh, fen, peatland or water, whether natural or artificial, permanent or temporary, with water that is static or flowing, fresh, brackish or salt, including areas of marine water, the depth of which at low tide does not exceed 6 meters. The total estimated wetland area in India is 1,52,605.72 square kilometers, which turns out to be 4.63% of the geographic area. Of the total wetland area of the country, 34,749.5 square kilometers wetland area is located in Gujarat. That comprises 17.56% of geographical area of Gujarat and about 22.77% of the total wetland area of the country. Gujarat has 11,433 inland wetlands and 2,750 coastal wetlands, each having an area of more than 2.25 hectares. The wetlands in Gujarat include inland wetlands such as rivers, streams, reservoirs and tanks and ponds and lakes, whereas coastal wetlands like intertidal mudflat, mangrove, aquaculture pond and salt pans. Many wetlands in Gujarat are excellent waterbird abodes. Apart from provisioning habitats to waterbirds, they are also inhabited by numerous species of plankton, aquatic plants, macroinvertebrates, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and some mammals too. Some of the well-known biodiversity-rich wetlands in Gujarat include Nal Sarovar, Chari Dhand, Thol, Khijadia, Pariyej, Kanewal, Vadwana, Little Run of Kutch, and the Great Run of Kutch. Nal Sarovar Wetland shines as a brilliant gem among various wetlands of Gujarat state, owing to its recognition as the only Ramsar site in the state and its status as a wildlife bird sanctuary under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, owing to high waterbird diversity and abundance. Nal Sarovar was declared as a Ramsar site on 24 September 2012. Since 2005, it is the only lake that has been declared as Ramsar site in India. It is the 2078th Ramsar site in the world, the 26th in India and the first in Gujarat. Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary is spread over semi-arid region of the state. It is located between the latitudes 2278 north and 2296 north and the longitudes 71°92 east and 72°64 east. There are over 300 islets in the Nal wetland, of which 36 are of relatively larger islands. Some examples of large islets are Lahasa, Dharbala, Chorathali, Panvad, Moti Nal, Nani Nal, Mota Chera, Nana Chera, Surbet and Shial. The climate of the area of Nal Sarovar is arid to semi-arid in nature. During peak summer in May, the temperature rises to 45 degrees Celsius and it falls below 7 degrees Celsius in the peak winters in January. Due to shallowness of the lake, there is a negligible variation in water temperature at and under the surface of water, which fluctuates between 21 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius. The pH of the Nal's water have been found to be alkaline. The water surface overall is not open or exposed, as it is covered with the growth of emergent hydrophytes, popularly known as reeds. The emergent hydrophytes include Typha, Pan, Phragmites carca, Bakedo, species of Capriciae family including Fimbristilis, Gondro, and Cyprus sp. Dilo. There are numerous village ponds and other types of man-made wetlands scattered over the landscape surrounding Nal Sarovar wetland. They can be called satellite wetlands. The lake has both inlets and outlets. The small river named Brahmini, locally called Bamni, is an important inlet. The major outflow locally called Nikas, of the Nal Lake has its origin near the village Shial on the southern western shore. The outlet, which appears like a broad creek, is locally called Bhogavo Pat or Kharo Pat. The total of 225 species of birds have been recorded at Nal Sarovar. Of these, 125 species have been water bird species, with 63 species are extraliminal migrants. 42 species are residents and 20 species are resident migratory for the Indian subcontinent. Of the various species recorded, maximum species are of shore birds, small waders followed by large waders and anatids. Nal Sarovar wetland is strategically located on the routes of migratory birds linking Europe, Northern and Central Asia, Siberia, Russia and the Indian subcontinent. It is the migratory season of birds that has made Nal Sarovar so popular among laymen and nature lovers alike. Directly or indirectly, it is also the reason why Nal Sarovar has acquired the recognition as a bird sanctuary, an important bird area, IBA, and even a Ramsar site. Nal Sarovar has a variety of communities settled around the premises. Amongst the 15 odd villages around, there are many primitive communities like Padhars who reside since many years now and are dependent on Nal Sarovar. Ecotourism has been developed, which is meant to be for educative, economic and ecological reasons, keeping in mind the conservatory and protective activities of the site and surroundings. Along with the constant monitoring of overall development, cleanliness and quality maintenance, there are measures being taken as well regarding the influence of Narmada water into the site.
ગુજરાતમાં આવેલા વિવિધ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ બર્ડ્સ એન્ડ બાયોડાયવર્સિટી એરિયાઝમાં વિવિધ વેટલેન્ડનો પણ સમાવેશ થાય છે. આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય રીતે મહત્ત્વ ધરાવતા આવા સ્થળોને ભારતમાં 26 જેટલા વેટલેન્ડનો રામસર સાઇટ તરીકે જાહેર કરેલ છે, જેમાં ગુજરાતનું નળ સરોવર પક્ષી અભયારણ્ય એકમાત્ર રામસર સાઇટ છે. ગુજરાત રાજ્ય વેટલેન્ડ વિસ્તારની દૃષ્ટિએ અગ્રેસર રાજ્ય છે. ભારતના વેટલેન્ડના કુલ વિસ્તારના 22.7% વિસ્તાર ગુજરાતમાં છે અને અન્ય રાજ્યોની સરખામણીમાં તેનું ખૂબ મહત્ત્વ છે. આમ રાષ્ટ્રીય સ્તર પર વેટલેન્ડના વિસ્તારની દૃષ્ટિએ ગુજરાતનું ઘણું મહત્ત્વ છે. ગુજરાતમાં આવેલ નળ સરોવર તો તેની પક્ષી સૃષ્ટિ માટે વિશ્વ પ્રસિદ્ધ છે, પરંતુ તે ઉપરાંત છારી, ડડ, ખીજડીયા, પરિયેજ, કનેવાલ, વઢવાણ, કચ્છનું મોટું રણ, કચ્છનું નાનું રણ અને થોળ વગેરે ગુજરાતના અન્ય કેટલાક વેટલેન્ડ પક્ષીઓ અને અન્ય જળાશ્રય જીવોની દૃષ્ટિએ ઘણા અગત્યના છે. અહીં હજારોની સંખ્યામાં પક્ષીઓ જોવા મળે છે, જે તેના આકર્ષણનું મુખ્ય કેન્દ્ર છે. વિશ્વભરમાં વનોની માફક વેટલેન્ડના મહત્ત્વની વિશે જાગૃતિ આવતી જાય છે. આપણે પણ આપણા રાજ્યમાં આવેલા વેટલેન્ડનું મહત્ત્વ વિશે સભાન થઈએ અને તેમનું અને તેની જૈવિક વિવિધતાનું સંરક્ષણ અને સંવર્ધન કરીએ.
Gujarat has got both coastal as well as inland wetlands because we have the largest coastal area of 28,000 square kilometer is the area under coastal wetland, whereas about 6,500 square kilometer is the area under inland wetlands. In India there are about 115 wetlands which have been identified. In our state we have about 8 wetlands which are of national importance, including Nal Sarovar, which has got the designation of Ramsar site, which is also a wetland of international importance.
Chari Dhand Wetland. Chari Dhand is a natural, shallow, freshwater inland wetland in Nakhatrana Taluka of Kutch district. On one hand, it is located in Banni grassland area, and on the other hand, it is located near the southern border of the Great Run of Kutch. Though a freshwater lake, its waters become brackish or salty as the summer season approaches every year. It is situated at a distance of 51 kilometers from Bhuj on Bhuj-Loria Chari Dhand route and 80 kilometers from Bhuj-Nakhatrana Chari Dhand route. From Nakhatrana, it is located at a distance of 30 kilometers. It is the only conservation reserve of Gujarat state that is being legally protected by Gujarat Forest Department since 2008. This wetland is also designated as important bird and biodiversity area. The maximum area of its water spread is 80 square kilometers. However, the area of the conservation reserve is 227 square kilometers. The maximum water depth is known to be 2 meters in the central portion of this wetland. The wetland has two predominant habitat components. These are open water and marshy emergent vegetation cover. Unlike famous Nal Sarovar Ramsar site that has over 300 islets, Chari Dhand has almost no islets. However, it has some hills in the surrounding landscape, and it has multiple satellite wetlands that are known as Dhan or Kar. At least over 90 species of water birds have been recorded here, which include swimming foragers, small and large waders, aerial patrollers, and marsh dwellers. Chari Dhand and its vast surrounding landscape, constituting Banni grassland, support largest congregation of migratory Eurasian cranes every winter. Very few villages are located in the vicinity of Chari Dhand, the nearest one being Fulai.
બધા ફોનરો લોકો છે કે બહારથી જે લોકો આવે તો આ પક્ષીનું ફોટોગ્રાફ કરે. 6-7 મહિના સુધી રહે અહીંયા. હવે અમે 2-3 જણા છીએ, ટુરિસ્ટ આવે એ સારો વળતર થાય અમારો, એ સારી જગ્યા છે. આ ગ્રાસ છે એમાં બધા ઘણા પક્ષીઓ હોય એ નેસ્ટિંગ કરે છે.
Thol Wetland. Thol Wetland is a freshwater, man-made inland wetland in Kadi Taluka of Mehsana district, located in North Gujarat. It is situated at a distance of about 25 kilometers from Ahmedabad city. It is located at a distance of about 65 kilometers from Gujarat's only Ramsar site, Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary. It is an irrigation reservoir created in 1912 by the erstwhile Gaikwad ruler during the reign of the then Baroda state over the area to fulfill the irrigation water needs of people. The reservoir was declared as a wildlife sanctuary having an area of 6.99 square kilometers in 1988. Thol Wetland is also an important bird and biodiversity area and one of the 8 nationally important wetlands from Gujarat. It receives waters from rains, rainwater runoffs and some canals. Over 100 species of water birds have been recorded in Thol Wetland. That includes several threatened species as per IUCN Red List of Threatened Species and Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Rare water birds like lesser white-fronted goose and greater white-fronted goose have been recently recorded. Open water area, which is surrounded by a wide bund, is the predominant habitat component. There are few islets amidst the water, and they are heavily exploited by water birds for their resting, roosting and nesting life requisites. Tree cover on a few islets is used for nesting by water birds like oriental darter, open-billed stork and egrets. After post-monsoon season every year, waters of the open water zone start shrinking, and that creates good muddy habitats for waders. There are portions of shore area of this wetland that can have good grass cover in winters every year. Such areas attract wintering birds like bar-headed goose, white-fronted goose, Brahmini duck, Eurasian pigeon, etc. that are known to graze on grass to fulfill their food requirements. Limited portions of the wetlands have growth of lotus, which is a rooted aquatic plant with floating leaves. Marshy waterlogged areas exist outside the main water body, and they have good growth of emergent and other types of aquatic vegetation. There are huge areas under paddy and wheat cultivation surrounding this wetland that are used as foraging grounds by many water birds. Nearby villages include Thol, Bhimasan and Jetlaj. Gujarat Forest Department has developed facilities for the visitors like a campsite and a watchtower at this wetland-based wildlife sanctuary. Vadvana Wetland. Vadvana is a freshwater, man-made, inland wetland in Dabhoi Taluka of Vadodara district, located in central Gujarat. It is situated at a distance of about 50 kilometers from Vadodara city. It was constructed in the year 1909-1910 by Srimant Maharaja Sir Sayaji Rao Gaikwad III of the erstwhile state of Baroda to fulfill the irrigation water needs of people. The reservoir has an area of about 6 square kilometers and its periphery is over 10 kilometers long. It receives waters from Orsang River and from Narmada Canal network. Over 100 species of birds were recorded here during a census conducted in the winter season of 2015. Open water area, which is surrounded by a wide bund, is the predominant habitat component. Compared to it, other habitat components like emergent aquatic vegetation cover and islets negligibly contribute to the habitat diversity of this irrigation reservoir. Nearby villages include Vadvana, Samsherpura, Vadadali, Bhimpura and Majrol. Gujarat Forest Department has constructed watchtowers for bird observation, and it also has ecotourism facility. Khijadia Wetland. Khijadia Wetland is located at a distance of 12 kilometers east of Jamnagar city. It displays a unique mosaic of multiple types of natural and man-made, as also coastal and inland wetland components at a single site. There are 3 freshwater inland ponds with open water and emergent marshy aquatic vegetation, coastal intertidal mudflats, and mangroves, salt pans and creeks. They collectively form a large wetland area suitable for a plethora of water birds. About 6 square kilometers area of these wetlands, mainly covering the freshwater ponds, is being protected by Gujarat Forest Department as Khijadia Bird Sanctuary. It has acquired the status of important bird and biodiversity area and a nationally important wetland from Gujarat state. It also has a potential to get a status as Ramsar site or a wetland of international importance. By the end of the monsoon, the accumulated waters may reach 2 meters of depth. Over 100 species of water birds are recorded at Khijadia wetlands. Water birds like great crested grebe and black-necked stork that do not commonly breed elsewhere in Gujarat regularly breed here in good numbers, as Marine National Park and Sanctuary Area is juxtaposed with Khijaria Sanctuary. An eco-tourist visiting Khijaria can also travel to some sites like Narara of the Marine Protected Area and enjoy seeing marine life.
Khijaria Bird Sanctuary is located on the southern coast of Gulf of Kutch. It is near Jamnagar. It's about 12 kilometers from Jamnagar, and it has got both a reservoir which has got fresh water, as well as in the nearby there is a marine water also, there is sea water also. So because of the confluence of both of these areas, and there are mangroves, there are salt pans, because of complexity of these ecosystems, it has given rise to lot of, it has given shelter to lot of bird species. About 257 bird species have been recorded in that area. So this, though the extent is about 6 square kilometer only, but it attracts 257 species of birds, out of which about 100 species are of water birds only. And the black-necked stork, this particular bird is make its nests and it breeds over there. So that is another importance of this area.
Pariyej Wetland. Pariyej is a freshwater, man-made, inland wetland in Limbasi Taluka of Kheda district, located in central Gujarat. It is situated at a distance of 60 kilometers from Ahmedabad and 25 kilometers from Kheda town. Though basically it is an irrigation reservoir, its waters are also used for meeting drinking water needs. Its area is about 5 square kilometers. The wetland's maximum water depth is slightly over 3 meters. At least over 64 species of water birds have been recorded here, which include swimming foragers, small and large waders, aerial patrollers and marsh dwellers. Indian sarus cranes are quite common at this wetland and its surrounding landscape. It has got luxuriant growth of aquatic vegetation, including emergent vegetation like typha, submerged vegetation like hydrilla, and floating-leaved rooted submerged plants like lotus and water lily. Pariyej and Biroja are 2 nearby villages.
આ ઇકો ટુરિઝમ પ્લેસ થવાથી ગામને પેલું ફરવા માટેનું એક સારું સુંદર સ્થાન થયું છે. સ્કૂલના બાળકોને લાવે છે, પછી એ લોકો રાત્રિ રોકાય છે, એ લોકોને શું અહીંનું જંગલમાં જીવન કેવું વાઇલ્ડ લાઈફ માટે એના માટેનું પણ બધું એ લોકો અહીંયાથી વ્યવસ્થા કરે છે. અને લગભગ એક દિવસની એ લોકોને રાત્રે જમવાની પણ વ્યવસ્થા આ પ્લેસીસ પર કરવામાં આવે સરકાર તરફથી. અમારી જે મૂળ જમીનો જતી રહી છે, પણ એ તેમ છતાં બીજા ગામ વિરોજા છે, સાયલા છે, એ લોકોને લાભ છે.
Kanewal Wetland. Kanewal is a freshwater, man-made, inland wetland in Tarapur Taluka of Anand district, located in central Gujarat. It is situated at a distance of about 90 kilometers from Ahmedabad and 44 kilometers from Anand city. Though it is an inland wetland, Vadgam village at the tip of Gulf of Cambay is at a distance of only 25 kilometers. Though basically it is an irrigation reservoir, its waters are also used for meeting drinking water needs. A British officer, Kennedy, had played a vital role in the formation of this wetland during 1890s, and the name of the wetland Kanewal has its roots in the name of this British man. Its area is about 6.25 square kilometers. There are 3 islands in this lake, and one of them has some human population that carries out agriculture practice on this island. The wetland's maximum water depth is about 12 meters. At least over 60 species of water birds have been recorded here, which include swimming foragers, small and large waders, aerial patrollers and marsh dwellers. Indian sarus cranes are quite common at this wetland and its surrounding landscape. It has got huge open water area, luxuriant growth of aquatic plants like floating-leaved lotus and emergent typha along the wetland periphery and edges of the island, and submerged plants like hydrilla and potamogeton are also common in Kanewal wetland. Nani Rail Valli and Varasada are some nearby villages. Great Run of Kutch. The vast saline desert area in Kutch district is called Great Run of Kutch. Though conventionally known as desert, in actuality it is also a seasonal wetland, as from monsoon to winter many parts of it remain under shallow waters. Owing to the importance of this unique area as a habitat for wildlife species adapted to desert and semi-desert conditions and to protect the only recurring flamingo breeding site called Flamingo City, Government of Gujarat declared an area of approximately 7,506 square kilometers as Kutch Desert Wildlife Sanctuary in 1986. It mainly falls in the eastern half of Kutch district. For the period during which the several parts of the Great Run manifest wetland character, it supports good number and variety of water birds like pelicans, grebes, coots, migratory cranes, various ducks, shorebirds and flamingos. The depression area between Shirani Vand village near Lodrani that falls in the mainland of Rapar Taluka of Kutch district and Khadir Island, having Dholavira village with an ancient buried town of Harappan civilization in the Great Run, is often congregated by large number of flamingos when it has shallow water. Similarly, one often sees good water bird congregation in the area between Nada Island near Sui village in Banaskantha district and India-Pakistan border. However, among all the water bird congregation sites in the Great Run, the Flamingo City at Sindal Island is an epitome. It is located at a distance of about 10 kilometers from Neer Outpost on Pacham Island. It is located at a distance of 18 kilometers from India-Pakistan border, 23 kilometers from Karo Dungar, 42 kilometers from Khavda and 38 kilometers from Khadir Island. The wetland area of Flamingo City, which is also called Andabet or Hanjabet, is not only a protected area as Kutch Desert Wildlife Sanctuary, but it is also an important bird and biodiversity area. The entire Great Run of Kutch is also designated as one of the 8 nationally important wetlands from Gujarat state. The Flamingo City has acquired an IBA status due to its importance as a recurring breeding ground of the greater flamingo in India and South Asia. Tens of thousands of flamingos breed here in an area of about 1 square kilometers, whenever optimal water conditions exist. This area is also a core zone of Kutch Biosphere Reserve established by India's Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change. Along with greater flamingos, sometimes other colonial nesters like lesser flamingos and great white pelicans also breed here. When the wetland conditions get dried up, the Great Run of Kutch area becomes suitable for Indian wild ass, Indian gazelles, desert fox, desert cat, desert monitor and spiny-tailed lizard.
About 5,000 square kilometer has been declared as Kutch Desert Sanctuary. So this desert sanctuary is important in the sense that it is also a seasonal wetland from monsoon to the winter season. So this wetland also attracts a lot of birds. It is very important bird and biodiversity area, and it attracts a lot of flamingos. And there is a flamingo city which is on Pacham Island, close to the Pakistan border. So this Pacham Island has got Andabet. So this Andabet is the place. It is also known as Flamingo City. It is the place where flamingo lay their eggs, and this is the only place in the country where breeding of flamingo takes place. So this is very important, wherein lakhs of flamingos come and they breed over there.
Little Run of Kutch. Like Great Run of Kutch, Little Run of Kutch, having an area of about 5,100 square kilometers, is also conventionally known as desert. But in actuality, it is a saline desert cum seasonal wetland ecosystem. This is because, similar to the Great Run, the Little Run also exists in the form of a seasonal wetland as from monsoon to winter, many parts of it remain under shallow waters. It is one of the 8 nationally important wetlands from Gujarat state and also an important bird and biodiversity area of Gujarat. Owing to the importance of this unique area as a habitat for Indian wild ass, a large portion of it is under the protection of Gujarat Forest Department as Wild Ass Sanctuary, having an area of 4,954 square kilometers. Owing to its status as a wildlife sanctuary, a large number of wetland birds occurring at various wetland habitats within and nearby the sanctuary enjoy legal protection. One such wetland is Nanda Bait Wetland. Nanda Wetland is located adjacent to Nanda village of Rapar Taluka in Kutch district. Nanda Bait is located at a distance of 10 kilometers southwest of Adesar, which is further located at a distance of 36 kilometers from Rapar and 260 kilometers from Ahmedabad. Nanda Bait Wetland is a seasonal entity. Usually, it has maximum water during monsoon season. This wetland is formed due to saline waters from Gulf of Kutch on one hand and fresh water from the river Banas on the other hand. Rainwater also contributes to the formation of this wetland. Total area of Nanda Bait Wetland is 50 square kilometers as per a directory of Indian wetlands. The water depth varies from few centimeters to several feet as per the season and distance from the shore. An eco-tourist visiting this wetland not only gets plenty of opportunities to see water bird congregations, but also enjoys sightings of various other wildlife species like Hubara bustard, Indian wild ass, desert fox, desert cat, desert monitor, etc. in the landscape surrounding this wetland. This wetland and its surrounding area provides an opportunity to observe at least 100 bird species including water birds, raptors and other terrestrial birds. Of these birds, several species are rare and threatened or near threatened as per IUCN Red List of Threatened Species or Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Some examples of such water birds are Dalmatian pelican, Sarus crane, lesser flamingo, black-tailed godwit, painted stork, Eurasian spoonbill, river tern, etc. The nearest village is Nanda village that is located on Nanda Island. Moreover, Adesar is the nearest town that is hardly located at a distance of 15 kilometers. Gosabara, Mokar Sagar Wetland. Gosabara Mokar Sagar is an important bird and biodiversity area declared in the year 2017. This wetland is located in Gosa Taluka of Porbandar district at a distance of about 15 kilometers southeast of Porbandar city. This is a semi-natural wetland that has come into existence due to an interplay between a long bund created to check salinity ingress and waters of Gosabara Creek connecting with an inland, extensive marshy open water area evolved in the shallow depression at the delta of River Bhadar. Fresh water from Karli Recharge Reservoir and marine water coming via Karli Tidal Regulator also contribute to formation of this wetland, though the wetland itself was conventionally called Gosabara Wetland. The name of this IBA has come from Gosabara village on the coast highway on west and Mokar village on National Highway 8B towards east. It is spread over an area of 96 square kilometers and the catchment of this wetland is over 1200 square kilometers. It is also recognized as a potential wildlife sanctuary and a Ramsar site. It is one of the richest wetland from the viewpoint of water bird diversity and abundance. During the Asian Waterfowl Census 2015, around 100 species of water birds with total 94,204 individuals were recorded. This wetland is visited by huge number of migratory demoiselle cranes and Eurasian cranes. It has several important satellite wetlands located within the distance of 50 kilometers. They include Kuchhadi, Amipur, Barada Sagar, Porbandar Bird Sanctuary, etc. All of them offer great opportunities to see rich avifauna. Gosa, Tukda, Mokar, Pipaliya, Miani, Palakhda and Visavada are some of the villages located in the surrounding landscape of this wetland. For local people, the wetland is useful for irrigation and fishing purposes. Besides local people, this wetland has become a well-known destination for bird watchers and nature lovers from all over the state and even other areas of the country.
For national importance is Gosabara, which is about 15 kilometers from Porbandar city. As we know that this wetland is also very important in the sense that it has got two kinds of water. On one side there is a freshwater dam. So there is in the proximity there is marine water, there is sea water. So because of these two kinds of waters, this area also attracts a lot of birds. And this is very important area for fishermen as well as for irrigation purpose. And this particular wetland is important from socio-economic point of view also, as lot of people are dependent for their livelihood upon this, and lot of fishermen are also dependent upon this. And now with the intervention of the court, I mean High Court, this area is going to be declared as sanctuary very shortly.
Nal Sarovar, Chari Dhand, Thol, Khijadiya, Pariyej, Kaneval, Vadvana, Gosabara, Little Run of Kutch and Great Run of Kutch. These are just a few examples of important wetlands in Gujarat. There are many others that are important from the viewpoints of biodiversity and ecology. Gujarat is a heaven for resident and migratory water birds, and that is due to its numerous wetlands. Besides birds, these wetlands are also inhabited by numerous planktons, aquatic plants, aquatic insects and other aquatic invertebrates, fish, amphibians, reptiles and a few mammals. A large number of terrestrial creatures also depend on wetlands for fulfilling their life requisites of drinking water and food. They also support livelihood needs of local communities. But due to the rapid stride of development, urbanization, industrialization, commercial agriculture, groundwater technology and population rise, wetlands and their natural heritage are being neglected and even ill-treated.
ગુજરાતનો નળ સરોવર પક્ષી અભયારણ્ય માટે એકમાત્ર સારામાં સારો છે. પક્ષી દાખલા તરીકે વિદેશની પક્ષી પણ આપણે ત્યાં મહેમાન બનીને આવે છે અને એ નળ સરોવરની અંદર વખત નવા પક્ષીઓ આવે છે. એ આપણું ગૌરવ છે. અને જે પ્રાણી વન્ય પ્રાણી જે છે એ વન્ય પ્રાણી ના પણ સ્ત્રોત એના કારણે ખૂબ વધ્યા છે.
To prevent such trend, Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Government of India had notified the new Wetland Conservation and Management Rules 2017, which prohibit a range of activities in wetlands like setting up and expansion of industries, waste dumping and discharge of effluents. We also have Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974 and Environment Protection Act 1986 that have legal provisions for the well-being of our wetlands. But only rules, acts and laws will not be sufficient for conservation and long-term well-being of our wetlands. It requires sensibility and sense of appreciation and responsibility among our people for the long-term conservation of wetlands and other aspects of our natural heritage. Article 51A in the Constitution of India 1949 states, "It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures." How well are we fulfilling our fundamental duty?